In this video, I'm sharing the ultimate checklist to get you fully prepared for the GMAT. Whether you're just discovering the GMAT or already gearing up to tackle it, this video will ensure you have everything you need before you even start studying. Let's dive in. First up, do you even need to take the GMAT? If you're not sure yet, you can watch the video popping up on the screen first, but for the people that are still here, let's go ahead and tackle the issue of time management. The main question you want to answer is, when are you going to study for the GMAT? The GMAT is a demanding exam, and to obtain a representative score, you can expect to dedicate at least 100 to 120 hours of dedicated study time. While most candidates spend between 1.5 to 3 months preparing for the exam, this very much depends on whether you have other obligations you need to spend time on. It's definitely possible to study while working or attending classes, but if you can, try to dedicate your full attention to GMAT prep. Once you know what the time window is you'll be able to study for the GMAT, you want to set 2 test dates to create a sense of urgency and to help you avoid procrastination. But why 2, you ask? That is because you might have a bad day during test day, or the nerves get to you, making you underperform. Therefore, you want to already assume that you're going to have to take it again. Here are a few tips to make your study schedule realistic. First, don't overestimate yourself. I personally made sure to never spend more than 6 hours per day on the GMAT, and that included a maximum of 3 hours of making exercises and the other 3 consisting of revision and note-taking. Second, make sure that your study schedule fits your lifestyle. Perhaps for you that means studying early in the morning, like it did for me, or late at night if you have a full-time job. And third, also make sure to incorporate breaks and leisure activities to avoid burnout. Personally, for me, taking 1 day a week completely off from GMAT was beneficial to stay motivated. I assume you already know the structure of the GMAT and the GMAT focus, so I won't go over it now. But what I do want to say about the test structure in this video is that before you actually start studying, you should familiarize yourself with the types of questions you'll encounter and understand the scoring system. This will help you identify which areas you'll likely need to focus on and how to allocate your study time effectively. I personally found out quickly that I already did really well at verbal questions, while I was far too slow on the quant questions. So what I did was, I made sure to gather specific materials like YouTube videos and GMAT Club practice question sets, and in addition to that, I also adjusted my study schedule to be more geared towards quant. Materials. I will make a separate video about this because I have a lot to say about this subject, but in short, 90% of your GMAT studies should come from making exercises, mock tests, and subsequently a whole bunch of notes. I don't mention the GMAT official guide or review and specific online courses because these often include basic generic explanations that your level likely already exceeds even before you start studying. If you do want to learn the basics quickly and more importantly for free, then I recommend the GMAT Ninja YouTube video playlists that I will provide the links to in the description. If you notice that you really couldn't follow the explanations while watching the videos, then you might want to consider buying some books like the GMAT official guide. Speaking about materials also brings me to setting a budget. Preparing for the GMAT can get expensive, but it doesn't have to break the bank. List out all of the materials and resources you plan to use during your studies and estimate their costs. Decide whether you need books or even paid courses, which are very expensive, or if you can rely on free resources and self-study. The GMAT tests reasoning skills and knowledge that you can often self-teach with dedication and the right resources, but I'll also make a separate video on different GMAT budgets to help you plan effectively. With the right approach, the GMAT doesn't have to be overwhelming or overly expensive. Prioritize, plan, and practice, and you'll be well prepared to start your studies. Remember to get enough sleep, eat well, and exercise regularly. And if you found this video helpful, please share it with fellow students who might benefit. Thank you for watching, and until the next one.